What's up, guys? My name is Ryan. I've been going to North Rock Church for about a year and a half. I have the pleasure of serving the students over at the Midtown campus, and today we're going to be looking at suffering. James encourages these Jewish Christians in multiple things throughout the book of James, but one of the big topics is how to go through their sufferings. We read in James chapter 1, verse 2, he says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness, and let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing." Oftentimes, when we're faced with sufferings, our resort is either to run away, fall into our original sins, or sometimes act like it's not even there. But James tells us to take a different approach. He tells us to count our sufferings as joy, because joy can produce faithfulness, which leads to steadfastness. So he views every opportunity of suffering as an opportunity for him to grow closer to God. I want to invite you guys to really think about your sufferings and what you're going through. Maybe it's a heartbreak, maybe it's a death in the family, maybe you're dealing with some anxiety or stress in school or work. I want you guys to really think about it and how you can use these sufferings and count it as joy like James does, and how it can produce your steadfastness and grow you closer to God. James reiterates this point in verse 12 when he says, "Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life, which God has promised to those who love them." I know that it can be hard sometimes and definitely not joyful sometimes when you're faced with these sufferings, but try to think about it the way James does and viewing them as opportunities to grow your faith. James also recognizes that some people will look to blame God during their sufferings. And he highlights this in verse 13. He says, "Let no one say when he is tempted, 'I am being tempted by God.' For God cannot be tempted with evil, and he himself tempts no one. But each person is tempted when he is lured and enticed by his own desire." We're all born sinners, and we're all vulnerable to sin. But James reminds us that all good things come from above, and anything else isn't from him. Something I've realized over time is our sufferings and how we deal with our sufferings has an impact on others around us. I remember a time when one of my friends went through a death in his family, and just seeing how he persevered through the trials and the sufferings that he was dealing with had an encouragement in my life and my faith. So wherever you're at in your sufferings, walk alongside James and let these sufferings be viewed as opportunities to grow your steadfastness towards God. Thank you guys for following along as we look through suffering. If you guys have any stories of suffering or anything you guys want to drop down in the comments, feel free to do so. With that being said, I'm out.